Hello, this is Connie Belden, and we're going on with looking at two other types of decisions a business may have to make: volume trade-off decisions and constraint resources. Let's start with volume trade-off decisions. So the information for outdoor luggage for the three most popular models are below: soft-sided, hard-sided, and soft-sided expandable. You're given the selling price, variable cost, contribution margin per unit. Then, as additional information to help us out, you're given the information as far as plastic injection molding machine processing time required to produce 1 unit in minutes is 11 minutes for soft-sided, 8 for hard-sided, and 15 for soft-sided expandable. And then the pounds of plastic pellets per unit per suitcase: 9 for soft-sided, 6 for hard-sided, 15 for soft-sided expandable. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at if the plastic injection machine is the constraint resource, how much is the contribution margin per minute for each round to 2 decimal places. So what we'll do here, we'll bring down the selling price for each one: $240 for soft-sided, $330 for hard-sided, and $285 for expandable. We'll bring down the variable cost per unit for each one given above, and the contribution margin per unit, which we will have to calculate by subtracting the two. So for soft-sided, I will take 240 minus 120. That gives me 120. For hard-sided, the hard-sided, 330 minus 180 gives me 150. And for soft-sided expandable, 285 minus 130 gives me 155. Now, in this case, it is going to be the plastic injection molding machine that's our constraint resource. So I'll bring down the information for that: 11, 8, and 15. Now, what I want to do is I want to get the contribution margin, instead of per unit, get it per minute, since this is our constraint resource. So I will do that by dividing the last two numbers I just put in. So for soft-sided, I will take the contribution margin of 120 and divide it by the 11 minutes. And let's format that as a dollar amount. And the contribution margin is $10.91 per minute. For the hard-sided, I will take 150 contribution margin divided by 8 minutes. Format that for dollar. It gives us a contribution margin of $18.75 per minute. For the soft-sided expandable, take 155 divided by 15 minutes. Again, we'll convert that to dollars. That is $10.33 contribution margin per minute. So as far as which is the most profitable, the most profitable one is the one that gives us the highest contribution margin per minute, which is a hard-sided at $18.75. Next, we are going to do the same thing, but let's assume that the pounds of plastic pellet is our constraint resource. So we will go ahead and bring down the information above. I will bring down the selling price, the variable cost, and the contribution margin. Do the same thing for the hard-sided and the expandable. Now, in this case, it's the pounds of plastic. This is my constraint resource. If you notice here, it's 9, 6, and 15. So I will fill in 9, 6, and 15. Those don't need dollar signs, so I'll format those for just a plain number. Now I'll do what I did before. I will divide the contribution margin by the constraint resource. So I will take 120 contribution margin divided by the 9 pounds that it takes per unit. And the contribution margin per pound is $13.50. 33 cents. I'll do the same thing here. I'll take 150 contribution margin, divide it by 6 pounds. You will come up with an even $25 contribution margin per pound. And here I would take 155 divided by 15 pounds. And you will come out with $10.33 per pound. So in this case, which one is the most profitable? Again, it is the hard-sided because the hard-sided has the highest contribution margin per pound. Which product has the largest contribution margin per unit? Well, if you look up here, it's actually the soft-sided at $155. Oh, sorry, I should clarify the soft-sided expandable at $155. We're going to continue on with constraint resources. And let's say we manufacture furniture. The only variable cost is direct materials. The demand for the product far exceeds its manufacturing capacity. The bottleneck or constraint resource is the upholstery labor hours due to shortage of skilled labor. The information for the three products includes the selling price and the variable cost per unit. We have the recliner, sofa, and the love seat. If we are considering paying overtime to the current workers for additional labor hours to make additional sofas, what is the max overtime rate per hour the company would be willing to pay? Okay, we can calculate that out. And we are going to do it here for the sofa. So the selling price for the sofa as given is $1,670. The variable cost for the sofa is given at $1,150. If I take the difference, the contribution margin per unit or per sofa is $520. Now notice that it gives us the sofa needs 13 hours of upholstery hours. So I'll fill in 13. Now, what I want to do is take the contribution margin per unit of $520 and divide it by the 13 hours. So that gives us a even contribution margin of $40. That is per direct labor hour, so that is the maximum amount that we would pay per direct labor hour. Okay, let's look at the next scenario. What would the additional contribution margin per hour if another upholsterer shop has offered to complete our love seats for us at a cost of $35 per hour? Assume the quality and the completion dates meet our needs. Okay, so the selling price and variable cost for the love seat is $1,575 and $1,500. So I will fill that in. I will subtract to get a contribution margin of $425 per sofa. Now, the required amount of time to upholster the love seat is 5 hours. So I'll do what I did earlier. I'll take the contribution margin and divide it by my constraint resource that it takes per unit of 5 hours. So 425 divided by 5. That gives me an even $85 per hour. Now, an outside vendor said they would make it for $35 per hour. So if I take 85 minus 35, that's actually going to be to our benefit. That gives us an additional contribution margin per hour of $50. So therefore, we should hire the outside company to do our love seats. Thank you very much.